On live.
We're live, Griff. Well, I guess Griffin's not going to say anything, so we're live right now on the.
Hold on. Don't go yet. All right. Let me know when we're going in.
We are in.
We're live?
Yep.
Oh. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Doc Sports Monday Night Football Show, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling in hot. We've got 5 free plays coming your way. I am Griffin Murphy. This is Raphael Esparza. Raphael, let's roll right into it. How we feeling, brother?
Pretty good. I know we got about 15 minutes before kickoff, so before we'll do our introductions after we do our free plays and stuff like that. So because I know people are chiming in and want to hear the play. So yeah, so I'll go first. I'll throw out the first free play, and I'm going to go the same one as I did on the YouTube page. I know it's double burner, but I really like this one. San Francisco 49ers team total under 26.5. I know the whole world wants to see San Francisco win this one. McCaffrey's playing, so they think there's going to be a buzz burner. But keep an eye out for the Vikings defense. I think the Vikings defense can keep this game close. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't see a lot of points being scored. There's no dabble for the 49ers. So under 26.5 will be my first one, even though it's the same one on the YouTube page. So don't kill me, guys. But I really like this one.
For me, rolling into this game, looking at this San Francisco 49ers team, and then you've got obviously the Vikings. Vikings are coming off a little bit of a sketchy few games. That's without Justin Jefferson, to say the least. And then you've got the Niners coming off a loss last week to the Browns, 17-19. I would expect the Niners to come out hot today. I love the fact that Brock Purdy, he had one of his worst games of the season last week. And going into this game, what I am looking at, and I've eyed out, and I've already actually put this play on YouTube as well, Raphael, is I've got San Francisco minus 3.5 first half at minus 20. McCaffrey is banged up in this game, and he may see minimal carries. I think he's going to be utilized more towards the second half, along with other backs. Debo is out in this game. But my play is going with the Niners minus 3.5 in the first half of this game. Raphael, take the next one.
I like that. Let's get a shout out first to Andrew, who I think he's playing Legos at the same time, but he's from San Fran. Hey, Andrew, how come he's not at the game? He should be at the game right now, Andrew, but thanks for joining in. And Alex, thanks for jumping on in too. Greetings from me and Griff. But my second one, I hate laying this chalk. I laid minus 130 when I placed a bet this morning. But come on, Kirk Cousins on TV, right? Who's the quarterback for the Vikings, Griff?
Prime time. Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. He will throw an interception, minus 170. Yes, he's going to throw an interception. So I know the juice is high, minus 170. I just checked DraftKings. They're at minus 150. BetUS, minus 160. So there's 3 different numbers out there. It's Kirk Cousins. It's prime time. That's my handicap. That's how I handicap this prop bet. Prime time, Kirk Cousins. We're cashing. So give me the yes, he'll throw an interception in the game.
Cousins has thrown, in his last 12 primetime games, Cousins has thrown 11 picks. That is something to keep in mind, along with his 2-10 record during primetime games. Just so you guys know, Cousins does not perform well during primetime, to say the least. Rolling into the next game, next pick, we've got the under 43.5. Vikings 0-3 at home this season. Last 3 games, they've scored 21 points against the Panthers, who were the worst team in defense in all football. They lost at home against the Chiefs 27-10, and they barely snuck through the Bears, who, let's talk about this Bears team, although they did come up on a big victory in their most recent matchup. But we're still talking about the Chicago Bears. With Jefferson out of this game, it makes it so bad for this Vikings offense. And I'll be honest with you, Raphael, you said earlier that you kind of feel good about this Vikings defense. I am going to disagree with you on that. I think that their rush game is absolutely brutal. I do not see this game going over. I think that the Niners are going to attack this game early and often. And second half is going to be more of a smash mouth. We're going to run the ball type of game. Give it. McCaffrey is hurt or injured. He will be playing tonight. But I do see more of a run game out of this Niners team.
One thing about McCaffrey, if he plays just a couple of plays, are we going to see another DraftKings fan redo a refund if he didn't play like they did yesterday with Robinson in Atlanta? I'm sorry. I'm totally against that. You place your bet that you roll the dice. If your guy plays one play, two plays, or every play in the game, I hate when Sportsbook gives out refunds for that kind of incident. If someone gets hurt in the first play, boo-hoo-hoo. This is a generation we live in that everyone plays, everyone gets a trophy for participation. So I'm hoping McCaffrey plays a lot so I don't have to hear the Sportsbooks giving out refunds.
I would anticipate he does.
What was that?
I said I would anticipate that he does. I think McCaffrey's going to play a lot more than people are expecting tonight.
I agree on that. I like your free plays. I think it's gonna be a lot closer. And even the odds, I'm telling you. I mean, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but an offshore book, Bet Online, just moved it to 6.5, which about like maybe 2 seconds ago. Circa and Superbook, my boy Jeff Cornegay over at the Westgate and stuff like that, they have 7 even money. So that's just telling you right now that the money is coming in on the Vikings, and they're just begging for 49er money. So it's going to be very interesting. The books cleaned up yesterday, so they have plenty of money to fool around with. So that just shows you that they're not super aggressive right now. They could care probably most of the odds makers could probably, I don't want to say don't care less about what's going on today. Today's outcome is not going to bury their Week 7 profits and college football profits. They did lose a little bit on UFC, but that's because UFC was chalk. But they have a plenty of nice golden egg for this weekend, so it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be a lot closer. I have San Fran winning this game, but I think it's going to be a lot closer.
I agree. I think the way that this line has been set up, it's been set up for a small scoring game. I mean, looking at this game, before we got on, an hour, 2 hours before we got on, I watched this line jump from 6.5 to 7 to 6.5 to 7. It was literally nonstop. So there's something definitely rolling around in this game. That's why I love the under. I think it's going to be a tight game. But rolling into my next free put, we got Brock Purdy. So over 1.5 touchdowns. Purdy's already thrown for 10 touchdowns this season. He's got over 1,400 yards passing. Obviously, we already know Debo is out of this game. McCaffrey is going to be, quote unquote, limited in tonight's matchup. And you already know that Ayuk is going to be a big-time playmaker. He's always somebody that Purdy finds deep down the field. I mean, he's that 15 to 20-yard guy. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ayuk grabs a touchdown tonight. He does only have 2 touchdowns, but he's got over 450 yards already receiving. And I think only 25 receptions. So he's absolutely blowing up on that wide receiver set. And then you've got Kittle, of course. He's another guy that you really got to pay close attention to. So when you have 2 playmakers like that, Debo is out. You're kind of iffy, wishy-washy. I wanted to go with that Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown, but because of the quote-unquote limited play time, I decided Purdy over. I love that play. That is my play, and that is a minus 115 line for everybody. And just so you guys know, I punch these plays in. I have every single play that I'm free playing with you guys, I have wagered myself. And I will show you.
G Snake wants to know if you're over under 44. It's under 44, right?
Under 44.
Yeah. So G Snake, he's got the under 44. I leaning towards the under. I don't have a play on the under G Snake 510, but my last free play here is we're gonna go. The other day was National Tight End Day, so I'm sticking with the National Tight End Day. I'm gonna take the Minnesota Vikings TJ Hawkinson over total yards receiving over 50.5. I think he has a big game. He's hit this prop 4 out of his last 5 games. You figure Kirk Cousins will probably target the tight ends a lot, probably little dump passes, maybe some screen passes, some slants early to try to move the ball. I like TJ Hawkinson. I think his total receptions was over 5.5. The juice was just a little bit too high for me. I think it was like minus 140 on that one. But Hawkinson, total receiving yards, 50.5. This one opened up at 44.5 yesterday when I saw it. And then when I woke up this morning, it was bet all over the place. It was 48.5, 49.5. I think last time I saw it was 50.5. But that's my last free play. So let's give a shout out to G Snake 510 who just joined us, and John. He took the San Francisco winning at half and the game on the money line. So good luck, John.
John, I'm with you, brother. Minus 3.5. We're going in. Well, we're in. We're getting ready to kick off here. What time is it?
It's 7:10. We got about like 5 minutes.
We still got 5 minutes. We've thrown out our plays. Just to recap all of my plays, just so you guys know. San Francisco first half -3.5 at a -120 line. I have the total at under 43.5. And then I have Brock Purdy over 1.5 touchdowns at a -115 line. Raphael?
I have San Francisco 49ers team total under 26.5. That juice was anywhere between -115, -120. Make sure you shop around to get the best prices. I laid heavy juice. I'm sorry, but Kirk Cousins to throw an interception. Yes, -17. Because again, my handicapping style on that one was because Kirk Cousins is on prime time. That's my handicapping skill on that one. And then the last one was for National Tight End Day. We're giving some TJ Hawkinson some love, over 50.5 total receiving yards. Last time I checked, it was -115 on that one. So those were my 3 ones. I only put action on one of them because, like last week we discussed it, sometimes it's hard for me to lay action because I do a lot of consulting work for some books, so I can't bet on them. I'm trying to get MGM. People know I worked for MGM for over 15 Super Bowls, and I keep on asking them, hey, I can play the horses on your stuff, but why can't I play the sports? I know I'm a shareholder, but I'm starting to grease them in there to hopefully they'll let me start fooling around and some stuff. But it's like pulling teeth.
Well, listen, I need Hawkinson to have a day here. That's my fantasy tight end.
Oh, I knew you were going to say fantasy.
Listen, I'm ripping 5-1 right now. I had a tough loss, but I'm in first place, and I need Hawkinson to blow up tonight.
Okay. If you're in first place, I'll cheer for you.
We're running the league right now. We're running. If anyone's watching right now, although I posted it, well, they know.
All right, I'll give you that. If you're in first place and stuff like that, I'll give you love on that.
All right, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Just so you guys know as well, I will be throughout the game putting in live bets, and I will show you guys my wagers. I will be putting in games. So our wagers throughout the games, just so you guys know. Obviously, we only go till the first half. So once we reach that point, you guys will know all of our plays. But just so you guys know, so stay tuned.
Yeah, this is, again, we'll be doing this almost every Monday Night Football games, and then hopefully do it for TNT NBA once football season is over. So we're going to see how it prolongs and how people interact. We've had some great interaction. Our first show last week or 2 weeks ago, I had some great people in there that we already had some great questions coming in already now. So hopefully this continues with great success and stuff like that, because I like talking to the public, answering questions. I skip sports gambling. Like I said, people know I've been behind the counter for 15 years in Vegas casinos, and I still behind the counter in other casinos and stuff that I do now. So I actually see the money coming in. Not when people are like, Wager Talk and Covers told me 53% of tickets were coming in. This game is fixed. Well, no, that wasn't the case and stuff like that. So even though I got the fixed question, Griff, on my YouTube free play yesterday. Some guy came in and said he was complaining about the Chargers and the fix was in, and NFL's all rigged. Yeah, NFL is all rigged. So I got that question yesterday on YouTube, on my YouTube free play, and I thought of you because I'm like, should I just go off on this guy?
I might have read that comment. It strikes me. It definitely does.
Even Pat McAfee.
I was going to ask you though. I know your story obviously from where you started. It's extremely interesting. Are you able to talk about?
Yeah, I can talk about anything.
Hear about it for sure.
I've told many stories. Everyone loves my Floyd Mayweather story. So
that was my favorite one, man. That was my favorite one. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, everyone. I'm allowed to say anything. I mean, I didn't have to sign anything when I left MGM. I didn't have to sign anything with the companies I work for now. And stuff like that. Probably good press is any press is good press. I would think that's what these companies think. Now I can't show like the screens they show me of money coming in and their EBITDA sheets that I get every week and stuff like that. I can't show all that, but I can show like, hey, someone just laid 6 figures on this game. Someone just laid stuff like that. I can say all that. So I don't give out dollars. I just say 6 figures and stuff like that. But they don't really care about what I say. I just can't show You know, the emails. I can't show Hillary Clinton's emails. I'll get in trouble.
I don't think anybody could get access to those emails, and if they do, it's not good.
Well, the skull chant is already going on, so
we're getting ready to roll here.
Yeah, we're getting ready to roll here, and
we will be doing a Q&A. If anybody does have questions, go ahead and please ask. I've been actually blown up on YouTube and my Instagram DMs about how to become a sports handicapper and the entire 9 yards of it. If anybody has any questions on that, I am more than happy to answer all of that. It's definitely a long journey, but I'll get into that if anybody is interested. Obviously,
I was just gonna say you're the perfect person to talk about that because you know the grind of it and stuff like that. So it's not like, oh, I know so and so. Can I be a handicapper? And you start on Monday.
No. There's a lot more to it, but we'll get into that. I think we're about to kick off here.
I can't believe the Rangers already took 2-0 lead against Houston.
I got them tonight. Let's roll.
And there we go.
Kickoff is on, ladies and gentlemen. We are in action. Vikings get ball first.
And there he is, Mr. Prime Time, Kirk Cousins.
Yep. Kirk Cousins, the man. 2-10.
The man
during prime time. Here we go.
The man. Oh, if he throws an interception right now, I'm logging off. I'm like, deuces, I'm out. I'm like, sorry, Wade. I hit my free play in the first play of the game. Deuces, I'm gone.
I need Brock Dirty Purdy to have a day. I need 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns? That's
I need 2 touchdown passes.
Well, I know the football game just started off, but Griffin's got that Arizona D-back hat on, and they are final 5-1. Arizona makes a game 7.
Yeah, it's gonna be war zone now. Well, I can't even ask you who you like.
For what?
Game 7. How about this breakout play to open the game?
Yeah.
At Madison?
Yep.
Wow.
That was
I think he had a -110 line. I think it was to get 12 carries today. I was looking at that and something was fishy.
You go right back at him, don't you? Oh no, play action. Oh, dump pass. Oh.
There we go.
Is that no, that's not my boy.
Nobody. Blowing up in the backfield. Love seeing it. I'm gonna pull up live bets. So we're gonna get this rolling.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if we get if Vikings come up 7-0, we're gonna get a nice money line on the Niners.
6.5 right or 5.5 right now that the 49ers are. Texas up 3-0 already.
What inning?
Still at the top of the first.
Beautiful.
I don't even think there's any outs yet for Texas.
Hold up, I gotta do it off my phone. Oh, got an idea. Oh, going the other way already. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how we do it. Casey next, how are we feeling, brother? Yo, who's got the Niners with me? -3.5 first half. Andrew Scoff. Let's fire up, brother. Where you at?
Did he throw a pick? Was it a pick?
I think it was a fumble. All I saw was the Niners were laying on the ball. Let's go.
No, that's an interception. Oh, he's down.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday night. Pour up a drink. Have some fun. Let's watch a ball game.
And I just cashed a free play on Kirk Cousins throwing an INT.
Pick. First possession. Are you kidding me?
His second pass.
Phenomenal. Wow. Did anybody cash that ticket? Alfredo, you heard me on the gridiron 6-pack. Billy, bro, don't overthink it, he said. Listen, I want to recap about that because I looked at that. And when I say that they are an overrated team, I mean in that caliber. I don't mean they're an actual NFL overrated team. They're absolutely a top tier three team in the NFL. But everybody thinks they're a lot better than they actually are. That's my take on it, Alfredo. So if I could recap that right now, I'm doing it, just so you know.
What game was that one? Miami, Philly?
Miami, Philly, but I talked about Philly, and I said they're overrated. And I didn't get to establish myself on that and explaining why I believe they're overrated. But I'm explaining it right now. They are not overrated, but they're overrated for what the public thinks they are. They ain't better than the Niners, I'll tell you that.
KC next got the Vikings. He's going against you right now, so he's sweating.
KC next, come on, man.
He's sweating on that one.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be fighting on here. Come on, brother.
You don't have to fight.
Hedge it.
It's still early. What if they kick a field goal right here? You still got plus. He's got.
Raph, watch Dirty Purdy do what he does. We're already going to get a touchdown pass right here. 12 minutes. 3 minutes into the game. Alfredo, you still here?
He's watching the game. He's sweating bullets right now.
No, Alfredo doesn't have the Vikings.
Oh, yeah, Alfredo. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Max does.
Yeah.
And it really did. It looked like a trap bet. It really did. When I looked at this game, what do you say? It's a long game, but I don't mind live betting for sure. Yeah, hey, listen, man. We're going to be rolling all first half. There goes McCaffrey. All right. We need a touchdown pass, though.
I'm with you, KC. It's a very, very long game. Now, they're going to score a touchdown, and Griffin's going to think the game is over, fourth quarter, Super Bowl win. He's already climbing the posts, TPing the neighbor's house.
I live for energy in sports, man. You give me a touchdown, you're giving me adrenaline, you're giving me dopamine, serotonin. You name it, I'm happy.
He needs to calm down. He's a young kid. It's a very, very long game.
How about we get Dirty Purdy in the end zone? How about Ayuk?
Oh, fumble.
Well, we're going McCapp. What do you mean? You're ahead of me by a second.
I think he was down.
They better review that. That's bullshit.
The refs had a bad Sunday.
Shit. Thank you, KC Nax. I appreciate it, brother, but I'm really pissed off about what just happened. But thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Don't give him any love. He hates the Cubs. He's got a Brewers jersey back there.
What's wrong with the Brewers jersey?
Oh, that's a fumble. I thought his knee was down already. That. It's only a good jersey. But whose jersey is that? Ryan Braun? What are you, a juicer?
And you tell my biceps. I don't know, man. Kidding me?
There's your boy Alfredo. I'll let you handle Alfredo.
So listen, I'm telling you guys right now, the under. Oh, it's way too early. Never mind. Well, if Philly and Texas go to the next round, Texas will take it for sure. Oh, are you talking about? You're talking Phillies. I thought he was talking about the Eagles.
That's what I thought he was talking about. See, Alfredo was watching baseball like me. He's like, I could care less about this Monday Night Football junk. It's baseball on TV.
Alfredo, I got to play on that game, so unfortunately, I can't give you my take on it.
Why, the game started?
No. He's talking about hold on.
Oh, is he talking about that? Yeah, because Phillies are Game 7. You're right.
Yeah. I can pull out a couple props for you, but
I could break it down for you, Alfredo. Game 7 tomorrow in Philly.
Yeah, do it.
It's the Phillies. That crowd's going to be jumping. If Santa Claus threw out the first pitch, they would mug them. It's going to be a Phillies tomorrow. And right now, I think it's Texas. I mean, they're up 3-0. They're still on the top of the first. So it's crazy on that right now.
How are we looking on that? Do we got guys on?
Yeah, first and third, 1 out. Oh, now 2 outs. They already hit a pitching change, Houston.
I love it.
Any live betting advice in the 49ers-Vikings game right now? I would wait. For me, Case, I would wait. I mean, we've seen 2 turnovers already, so that means both quarterbacks are probably going to come out a little shaky. Don't want to do anything for a second turnover. Right now, live betting 49ers 6.5. The total is 40.5. I think there's value still in the total. I mean, 40.5. I think it's a little bit. I wouldn't touch it to see if maybe if someone kicks a field goal touchdown, they'll probably put the total around 44 again if someone scores right away. But I would wait, Casey, on the live betting right now.
Raphael's got the odds on deck. But when it comes, I'm waiting for if Minnesota puts points on the board, 7, we're gonna get a nice 49ers money line odds. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Yeah, that's my apologies, Alfredo. I thought you were talking about the Eagles. I didn't know if you watched the Gridiron 6-pack with me and Tony. That was I called the Eagles overrated, and I got a little backlash for it. So I had to explain my theory behind it. Do I care about backlash? Absolutely not.
Did you sleep? Were you able to sleep? Were you able to sleep that night? That you were getting bad backlash?
I slept like a baby.
I love backlash. I mean, you had this discussion last week. I think most of the backlash we get is people just don't understand. People just don't know how to lose. Plain and simple. They think when we release something, we're going to be 100%, or when they play something. I mean, I did a video the other day, and I mentioned that I don't do parlays and no one should do parlays. And a guy bashes me in a comment saying, "Hey, don't tell me how to use my money." I'm like, I'm not saying not you. I'm just saying when I was working in casinos, and I still get the reports, I see the reports on how hard it is to hit 3-teamers and 4-team. I mean, it's not like you hit them all the time. So I was just actually giving out statistical knowledge, not saying, hey, if you bet a parlay, you're an idiot. It's just hard. I always tell people, if you're going to parlay, 2-teamers only. And it actually hurts me to say parlay just because you know how my rules, but a 2-teamer.
Long-term, statistically, you can't win parlaying. Yes, can you hit that 10-team legger where you're going to make yourself? I mean, I do it every Sunday. I'll throw $100 at a 10-team parlay.
Don't tell me that.
And try and rip 150 grand. I actually last year I had a 230 game riding, and I lost with my team. I won 10 out of 11 games. I lost the Bears. I threw up for 3 days.
Did you hedge?
No, I didn't hedge. They were the noon game.
Oh, the noon game. Yeah, you're right.
And then I look back, I'm like, dude, I won every single game. But yeah, I do that from time to time. Depends on the Sunday.
I myself
we've got Sandeep in the house.
Sandeep's in the house. What's going on, Sandeep? He was a regular on my Ask a Bookie show that I did last year. Good guy. Sandeep's a good guy.
Sandeep, go Eagles. Got yourself a nice victory on Sunday. You missed my my talk about them earlier. I'm not going to re-talk about them, but they looked very solid.
That was my only win on Sunday. Was that game? I had I can say ass on YouTube. My ass still hurts from this weekend. I had a crappy birthday when it comes to football gambling. Birthday was Saturday, turned 50, and the birthday gods told me to grab my ankles because I was going to have a bad evening.
It happens, man. It happens. I'll tell you what, I've had a brutal baseball run. I'm actually on fire in football right now. I'm on a 11-4 football run across all 5-0 college football. What am I, 10-5 NFL right now? So I'm running right now in football, but baseball, I'll tell you what, Raphael, playoffs, they've been messing me up a little bit.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, I know. It's been all over the map. It's chaos. Every single game is flip-sided. You don't even know. D-backs, they have been I'm wearing the hat, but my God, man, they've been brutal. They've been tough.
If it wasn't for the NHL, I've only lost one game in the NHL this year. I'm like 8-1, I think. 8-1 or 9-1 or something like that.
I started off slow, but I'm on a streak right now. I'm 6-3 in my last 9.
Hey,
it was bad.
John is in the house. He's in Phoenix. He has I parlay 2-team money lines and do well, like a -250, -225 for +103. Yeah, those can be okay, John. But if you lose 2-3 in a row, now you're sitting in a hole and you have to win like 2 in a row just to break even for the 3 you might have lost already. So you have to be kind of careful. But I understand why people bet those and stuff like that. You couldn't get plus money, even money on those parlays. So I agree on that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we might be getting ready for a live bet. Just so you know. Hold on.
Is it the Astros to come back?
No. I'm looking at the Niners right now at -4.5 in this game. -110. I'd like to see it a little bit better. Still early, man. We still got 7 minutes in the first. We're going back in, though. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for opportunity.
Well, look at the Astros. They lead off of a double. This game might go over the total by the second inning.
Atkinson, there's your boy. That's my boy. Kidding me?
I was just gonna say it's you. We're cheering for you first. I mean, you're leading in fantasy. You told me we're going 50-50 on your fantasy wins.
What was that? 30 yards? Are you kidding me? Move the chains, baby. We don't lose.
Let's see here.
Oh yeah, all day. Find him. All right, now we got to stuff this real quick. We got a lot of time, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of time. Live betting wise, my guy Casey next. I'm looking. They kick a field. We're gonna stop them to a field goal right now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna live bet the Niners. On top of that, we're gonna score a touchdown and cover that -3.5. Calling it right now.
Yeah, right now you can get the 49ers at 4.5. The total is still 41.5. That's just telling you the books think that they're gonna put a touchdown in right here. So 4.5. I think that's a nice play on 49ers. If you like San Francisco, getting them 4.5.
Yo, hey, not bad at all, but it's -125.
Yeah, I don't see 3. Oh yeah, I do see 3, but it's minus. Yeah, you're right. It's -125.
Dude, Madison's having a day.
Yeah.
They're moving.
Casey, again, I would still wait. Like I'm actually
let them put it in.
I'm actually might be putting down a live bet if Minnesota puts on here. I have one book that I can put live betting in.
I am too. I almost hope they do, but I don't want them to score a touchdown because I got money on the first half. There you go. There's a blow up. Victor, Ralph, you got me on like a minute, 30 seconds. You're ahead of me.
I didn't say anything there, but Victor's in the house. What's up, Victor?
Victor, how we feeling, brother? SGP for the game. Fill me in on that. Same game parlay, I got you. Well, you missed our breakdowns prior to the game. Okay, cool. Give it a minute, Victor. We're hunting one down right now. All right, there it is. Hold on. Let's see what this line jumps to right now. Ralph, you got this thing pulled up?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go in. I'm going to show you guys live.
There's a lot of San Francisco suicide and moneyline bettors nervous already. It's not even...
Oh man, they shifted it to 1.5.
1.5.
Wow.
Total now. I think there's better value on the under.
I'm taking the money line. There's value there at -130.
Now depending on your units.
Now we're gonna find out right now.
Gee, it's moving like crazy. There's still a 1.5. There's a 2.5. There's a 3. I like the under 44.5.
Sandeep, come on, man. Don't hate. Niners aren't over it. No, this line just jumped to -150.
Sandeep, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe Sandeep is an Eagles fan. Am I correct, Sandeep?
Yes.
That's why he's probably saying they're a little overrated, but I mean, I could be wrong on my guess. KC says he's going to wait to see what the 49ers do on offense.
Yeah, KC, what's your approach with that? What are you thinking? Are you looking for a stop? What are you looking for?
He's looking for Patrick Mahomes to come out and be the quarterback for Purdy. Case that's what Casey's looking for.
Or is Swift going to come out too?
Did you see the Did you see the meme of Taylor Swift being in the front cover of Madden 24?
Shut up. I did not see that. That is absolutely brutal.
I'll have to send it to you. But Astros scored a run. It's 3-1 now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Let's look at other games. You feel like breaking down other games throughout the week, Raphael?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, it's early lines and stuff like that. I'll tell you one thing. Back in the day when I was young, like Griffin, I used to hammer games right now, and because I would be doing a lot of middling. Like I would have by Friday, Saturday, I would have like anywhere between 6 to 10 games that are middled.
For the weekend?
Yeah, for the weekend. I would just be
It's
hammering.
Monday.
I know, and I would be hammering games Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all game long, and then when Saturday comes around, wait for the ridiculous Joe Public line movement and bet the other side and just sit back and try to get middles. That's all I would do.
All right, I like it. Hey, Raphael, pick a game. Let's break one down. You guys want us to break a game down? What are we thinking? You guys give us a game.
Yeah, let's let them.
What do you guys want?
Victor wants to know my thoughts on parlays. But Victor, I'll give my thoughts on parlays, and Griff will give his thoughts. My thoughts are: take your money, put it in the toilet, flush it, and you have the same amount of mad or happiness as watching it. If you're gonna parlay, Victor, we said this before you jumped on, I would do 2 teams, and that hurts me just to say the word parlay. It's just
a hard money line with one of those games.
Being in the industry for 15 years, Victor, in the sportsbook industry in Vegas and globally, and still doing a lot of consulting work now for casinos, I see the probability of cashing on parlays, even the money lines and stuff like that. It's not long-term investment. Now, if you're just doing it just because you're sitting around watching Monday Night Football, you want to do side and total, that's fine. $10, $15, that's perfectly fine on stuff like that. But when you're looking at games and you're looking at $50, $100, $200, and stuff like that, it's just not beneficial. It's just not smart money management either.
Exactly, and I couldn't agree anymore. I was gonna say the same exact thing. Long term, doing parlays, you are not going to be profitable. Now, say you're chilling with the boys or you're chilling with the girls, whoever's in here, and you guys are all you want to have some fun. You want to throw a little 4-teamer together, 5-teamer, maybe even a 10-legger. You name it. Yeah, that's a different story. Absolutely, I do it with my boys all the time, and we don't win. You don't win 10-leggers. It just doesn't happen. But long-term longevity of this thing is consistency. You don't want to parlay. You want to get your one play, your victory. That's how it is. Obviously, you could have cappers. All different cappers have all different strategies, whether they play 10 games a day, 5 games a day, 1 game a day. But the reality of it is when you're parlaying, it's just the longevity of it is your percentage is going to be completely off and you will not be profitable. Now, I just saw Rams and Cowboys. All right, we can definitely, let me pull up the line on this game. I was actually looking at this game earlier, so I
6.5.
It's at 6.5 right now.
Yes.
All right, so Canadians are still tied 1-1 end of second. Let me pull up my NFL slate right now. I got to tell you, man, let me talk about this Rams offense. They are absolutely elusive. Matthew Stafford, Raphael, you kind of gave me a weird look there. I don't know what that was about. Listen, they didn't even have Kyron Williams last week, yesterday, and yes, they did lose to Pittsburgh. They should have won that game. Pittsburgh was actually my top play. They were my 6 unit. And watching that game, the entire game, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm gonna lose this game. Like it looked like shit. It did not look like a good game. But I will say that offense with Stafford, with Puka, with Kupp, with Atwell, I mean, they are so dynamic and speedy. I don't know what secondaries really can contain that team on lockdown defense. So you go against a team like Dallas, and Dallas is a very strong team defensively, especially. But we could talk about it, Raphael. You want to take it over when it comes to Dak Prescott and all the chitty chat?
Yeah, I mean, this number over the summer was around 5.5. Now it's 6.5. So there's really nothing going on this one. I think it's a tad too high. I just don't trust Dallas. Granted, they're perfect at home. They're only 2 games, and we all know the Rams. It doesn't really matter home or away. Even when they're at home, they don't have the fans there anyways, just like the Chargers. So they're 1-3 on the road. I just don't like the number. If I had to play it right now on a Monday, and Griffin's telling me I had to play it or we're all going to die,
you have to play it.
I would probably lean towards the Rams just because you're getting almost that touchdown number. But I think we could see defense this one, 45.5. I think the total was a tad high. I think I made my number. Hold on,
what's your total on this?
It's 45.5. I do believe I made my total 44.
You see,
I made my total 44. So it's a tad high. Right now, I would probably take the plus points, maybe the under if I had to do that.
I'm going with the Rams as well on that game. I've already sent that play out. That was one of my free plays. Was going somewhere with this, but somebody said Jets versus Giants. Giants money line, good play. Victor was looking at that game too, and you know what? I wish I would have took the Giants yesterday. I don't think, Raphael, excuse me if I'm wrong, I don't think the Giants are a 2-5 team.
No.
I don't think they're as bad as everybody thinks. And you know what? Tyrod Taylor, he led at the helm. I mean, he showed out. He needed to prevail, and he absolutely did. I think the Giants are much better. And obviously, you got Barkley in the backfield. You're a very strong offense. And then this week, you've got the Jets. I'm not looking at this wrong.
The only thing that scares Jets have covered 4 of their last 6.
They have.
In this one, that everyone, when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, every quarterback was going to be behind there. Tom Brady, Joe Namath was going to come back, and everyone was going to come back and be the quarterback for the Jets. So, it should be a very interesting game. I don't have an opinion on this one, but you hit the head right on. This Giants team is not what their record is, 2-5. That was a big win, so that's going to be big motivation and momentum coming out of that game. So I agree. But let's. I don't want to ignore Casey. Casey wants Lakers Nuggets for Tuesday opening night.
Come on, brother, KC. We haven't even started the season yet.
Casey, I'm going to give you advice that I remember getting in this business. You never play a game that they're raising a banner, getting rings, any sports and stuff like that. Even though the Golden Knights, when they won, got their rings and they had their big ceremony, they won that game. But I've learned many, many times you do not play banner-ridden games because something always happens. A star blows his knee out. Something weird always happens those games. So I would just kick back. But I tell you right now, I think the Lakers can probably win the West. I think their bench is a lot improved, and I think that now that they had a whole summer to gel, they're going to be a hard out. So I would not be shocked if the Lakers do well this year. But I wouldn't play that game. I usually don't play heavy.
Have a take.
Yeah.
No take on that game. Saints and Colts. Victor wants the games, man. Let me find the line for you.
I wouldn't play the Saints if they were playing in my backyard and Drew Brees was back there being the quarterback. They're a dysfunction right now. They're 1-6 against the spread this year. Their offense is stagnant. They're finger pointing already. The right receivers, Olave's not running complete routes. Nope. Michael Thomas looks like he's 50 out there. He has my body trying to run routes. I want nothing. If I had to bet it, I'm looking at the Colts and Colts only on this one.
What's your take, Raphael, on Gardner Minshew at the helm? I miss Richardson, man.
I wasn't a big fan of Richardson. I think he has to do what Lamar Jackson's doing right now. Lamar Jackson. If you watch the game when they crushed Detroit, a lot of those plays he would have ran. He would have ran already, but he's stuck in the pocket. Had some easy throws. I think that's what Richardson has to do in Indianapolis. I hope this would be a learning curve. I hope he can fix his footwork. when he's and in this time that he'd be learning stuff like Gardner Minshew. He's rolling on free dice. He's playing for a contract next year.
Right.
Maybe not a starter contract, but a lucrative contract that's going to pay him well because he's saving money on haircuts and shaving gel because he ain't doing either one of those. But he's paying for coins, so he's rolling with free dice.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I will tell you, I watched Richardson, and I said week 2, I was watching. I'm like, listen, this guy is great. He's got wheels. You know, he can throw in the pocket, but this guy's going to get hurt because he is completely reckless in the pocket. Yep. He is a quarterback, and he's young, and he is throwing his shoulder at people. He is absolutely getting slammed play after play, and then sure enough, what happens? Done, blown out. And how long is he out for right now?
He's out for the whole year. But Indian Cowboys in the house. What's up, IC?
IC, what's good, brother? Arun, where's he at?
He's under the Doc's page.
That's what I'm saying. Richardson is the real deal.
He is not the real deal.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
I love his style. He's got swagger too.
He's played 2 games. His shoulders. He's like he could be the next generation of RG3 if he doesn't learn how to play.
Coming off a 3-pick game, Minshew.
Minshew's not a starter, and Minshew was not a first-round draft pick.
No, he's not. No, he is not.
No, Richardson can be. He can be a good quarterback. Right now, he's not.
Arun, I said the same thing, man. I said the same thing. He's got wheels in the pocket. I said week 2, if this guy does not control himself, he's going to get hurt.
And I think both of you guys said RG3 was a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Get out of here with RG3. Come on. He does best. He's a good announcer.
You know what? You're damn right on that one. I love RG3. He's a great announcer.
He knows the game, man.
So is Tebow. I wish Tebow would do Monday Night Football.
Dude.
That's I hate.
He's my Sunday morning warm-up song. You know the Tim Tebow speech?
Yeah.
That's my morning every single Sunday morning. We get fired up. That's what it is for the rest of our lives. We got 30 minutes. Game time.
I agree. I mean, but it is what it is. I mean, but Richardson, I'm not so. I got to see more of him. I mean, I can't say he's the guy or stuff like that or whatever because everyone said the same thing of Ritter last year when he had 2 to 3 games, and look at him this year. Yeah, so I can't wait. Victor wants Jacksonville and Pittsburgh. I have to wait and see.
I'm not.
There's too many injuries on both sides for me to say which one I'm leaning at. Pittsburgh coming off a big road win, so I gotta see who's playing and who's not playing because Jacksonville got banged up last week, and so did Pittsburgh. So I can't say anything on that one. But
Jacksonville's been all over the map. Yeah. 2 weeks in London, then they go to New Orleans. Now they're going to Pitt, if I'm not mistaken. They're on the road again, from what I looked at.
And if you're a Jacksonville bettor or a fan and all that, I would wait because I think Pittsburgh money is going to come in, and you can probably get a better number. Wouldn't be shocking if this one's 2 or 1.5 because the novice bettors who are just waiting for that, they're going to see, Pittsburgh won on the road, and Pittsburgh now is at home, and they're going to see, Jacksonville's been traveling this whole time. So I can guarantee you Pittsburgh money will be all over that.
Hold on, Ralph. We just missed the -1.5 San Fran. Going in. Ladies and gentlemen, at -115, I am going in.
I don't want nothing. That under 44.5 that I got in is looking good because they just missed a field goal.
Hold on. Under's looking great. You can money line it at a -128, or you can get the -1.5. Depending on your wager size, unit size.
I usually don't play money lines because, again, down the long term.
Wager has been placed.
Down on the long term, when you start doing a lot of money lines, you start losing. That juice adds up very, very quickly. And then if your bankroll can be sliced very fast.
-1.5 just turned to +100. KC next. Did you grab them live bet or did you take them? No, I thought you had the Vikings +7. You guys want to get some tunes on in here?
It's up to you.
KC next. I money lined it, but it depends on your unit size, brother. I'm not going to ask you what your unit size is.
Sounds kind of personal. If you guys want to go back,
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, leave that there.
some girl asked me at the bar the other day. What's my
Go money line, Casey Knox. I'll tell you what, the Niners aren't losing this game. But listen, this is football, and anything can happen. There is no such thing as a lock in this industry. Just so everybody in here knows.
That's why I decided not to play the game, and I just played the total at 44.5 in live betting.
Where's Arun at? Let's get him in here.
I don't know if does he want to come in? I asked our lovely monitor, Michelle, if she wanted to give in. Hi, Michelle. I hope your dog is better. But yeah, if he wants to come in, bring him in. The more the merrier. Maybe one of us has to go to the bathroom. We can skate out and go to the bathroom.
Casey Knox, I went money line Niners. I got him at -120.
Doesn't Arun have like 2 kids? He's probably changing diapers or something.
Right. How's it? What's going on over there, Arun? How's it? Get Indian. I know. Arun's great at everything, all sports. He kills it.
But he's not 8-1 like me right now. I just jinxed myself right now.
KC, where are you at with this play? How's it? How's it? Andrew knows. Casey, what do you got? You got the +7. Did you go in game anything? How's it? Indian Cowboy here from Doc Sports. Oh, I know the whole rundown.
Yeah, IC's been doing videos for years.
We gotta get a roll.
It's no lie here. There's some days I just can't do free play videos. I mean, I know the bosses probably don't like it, but you know me. You see all the prop bets that I put out, and I have to do tons of media work and stuff like that. People get mad like, oh, why didn't you do a free play? I'm like, because I've been up since 5 a.m. doing stuff. I'm not gonna do a free play. I have a hard enough time doing all my write-ups by the time frame that we have to release them.
I do my best on the free plays, man. I'll tell you, the shorts are good. It is what it is.
One thing, I'm sure people are probably going to hate when I say this and all that, but man, people just get so anxious. Oh, I can't believe you lost your free play. If I really, really liked that free play, I probably would have been a premium play. Just saying. I mean, no disrespect.
That's what it is.
And I tell people, if you saw me lose 4 or 5 free plays in a row, why are you betting the 6th one? I've had 1 year tell me someone that I paid his mortgage because he faded me on my NHL plays. He's like, oh, I kept on buying it. He's like, I was fading you and stuff like that. He was glad. I mean, we were texting back and forth like, oh, I'm like, oh, I guess I can say you're welcome. He's like, oh, yeah, it worked out. I mean, but they get so angry when I'm like, it's a free play.
Yeah,
58%. That's. I've been in this industry a very, very long time, Andrew, and
get IC in here.
If he's hitting 58%, he should not be a doctor. He should be doing something else. Just saying. I mean, I'm just.
I mean, we go on 65% runs, but long term,
that's. He would probably say that might not be true.
Oh, he'd come in here and say, I hit 65%, baby. What are you talking about?
Yeah. As I tell people when I used to work at the casinos, okay, then I want to see all your plays. Every time you make a bet, I'm going to keep it and I'll track you for you. And they always say, no, that's okay.
Gives 10 leans a video. Oh,
see, everyone asks me when I do videos, how come I don't do leans? I don't know the difference between a lean and a free play. If I have leans all the time, it's not me. I'm not putting money on leans. I mean, I don't know, and no disrespect to IC, I don't know his system. I don't know how he approaches it. I don't understand the difference between leans and free play. So that's why I don't say. People ask me all the time, how come you don't do more leans? I'm like, I don't know what that means. I mean.
It's like you're leaning towards it. You don't love it. It's because I hear you.
I mean, I could do the whole card right now in the NFL. I'm leaning towards Tampa Bay. I'm leaning towards the Falcons. I'm leaning towards. But I'm not going to put money on leans or tell someone, go double mortgage your house on this lean. So I just don't understand So and like I said, people think that we work in cubicles. That's another thing that people are like, oh,
Right.
like oh, so and so put this player out. Tell him he sucks. I'm like, what do you think What do you think we live next door to each other? I'm gonna walk outside and say, hey, so and so, tell me you suck. We live in different states.
Of course, almost all of us, literally almost all of us.
Yeah. That's like what last week someone asked us, do you need to live in Vegas to be a professional sports handicapper?
Yeah, no. I'm in Arizona right now. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I might be moving to Vegas, but no.
I tell people that's probably the most biggest misconception that you to live in Vegas.
Is.
No, I do not use math algorithms. That is probably one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to sports gambling is math algorithms. The only time I've seen a math algorithm work is blackjack.
Counting cards.
Yeah,
well, Victor, I have algorithms, but they're coincided. So basically, Raphael doesn't like algorithms. Well,
no, let me rephrase this. I like algorithms if you're making your own numbers. Like I make my own numbers.
Right.
So okay. I'll use my algorithms. Okay, like every Sunday, every Saturday, I'm making next Saturday's college football numbers, and every Sunday morning I'm making next Sunday's NFL numbers. So I'll use some of my algorithms I have, and some of them I don't, or some of them just pop in my head. This one's -6. I don't have to look at algorithms or stuff like that. Some of them I do and stuff like that, but to predict my plays, no, I don't. I do not use algorithms.
No, it's called confluence stacking. I have algorithms. I have my intuition. I have all of my edges, my studies, my researches, other things that but it's all built into one full system. You can't just live off of an algorithm and expect to be profitable. That will never happen. You have to have knowledge within the game, within the industry, within the sport. You have to know what you're doing. You can't just, this algorithm's saying this, so this is the route to go. It's not going to work long term. There's a lot of handicappers on TikTok, Instagram, and everything else, and there's also a lot of bullshit with them too. Raphael, do you want to dial in on that?
I agree on that. There's a lot of handicappers on TikTok, even though Trump wants to get rid of TikTok. Yeah, I mean, Victor, there's going to be a million more now that each state is getting sports gambling. We're going to have so many professional handicappers on TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that. So it's good for us, and because Docs has been around for so long. I mean, it's not like our company has just opened up like a lot of them. When I first got in this business, and like I was telling last week with Griffin, when we were starting to add other handicappers, I used to track people who wanted to be other handicappers, and they were from other sites, they were from other companies and stuff like that. So there's a lot of them out there, and it's a hard industry. So if TikTok, if they're making their money on TikTok, hats off. I'm not going to tell someone how to do their company or how to run their handicapping business. If they're making good money on TikTok, hats off. I don't do TikTok, but if they're cashing tickets or getting customers or whatever, hats off.
Well, if they're telling you they're winning 80%, they're lying to you, just so you know.
Yes.
The biggest load of shit you're going to see on social media is all of these quote-unquote Instagram gurus and everybody else dropping the whole 70, 80% win rate. It's literally impossible. And doing this for 10 years, Raphael's been doing it for how long you been in the game now, Raphael?
I started I was legally booking in Chicago. I won't count that, but professionally, I started in Caesar's Palace in summer of 98.
98, okay, so 25, 24, what is that, 25 years?
Yeah, around
there. 25 years.
You weren't even born yet.
I was born in 96. Come on. I breached the 2000 limit. I was before that.
All right, I'll give you that.
But anyway, speaking about this game, let's get back to this game. I'll tell you what, Vikings are absolutely putting a shit kicking on us right now.
Yeah, it's been one-sided. I mean, pretty much. And San Francisco has not been able to recover after that McCaffrey fumble. I mean, their offense looks a little bit stagnant.
I will say this is a longer first half. There's still 8:31 to go in this this first half.
Holy
And
cow.
this is the -3.5 Niners first half is not looking good. So we're gonna have to capitalize.
But you know what? We only have 8 minutes left, and we've had some fantastic guests, people come in.
Absolutely.
Victor's been firing away. Victor, thanks for watching and thanks for putting in some good stuff. KC's been awesome. Andrew's been awesome. So
sure.
we've had some outstanding people chiming on. And again, well, next week, I think next week we have a bad Monday Night Football, don't we? Like for Vegas, Detroit. We might be talking more NBA and NHL next week.
For sure.
Because that's going to be an ugly game.
Thoughts on Falcons and Titans?
Spencer.
I'll tell you what, Spencer, how we doing, brother? First off. Second off, I'll tell you what, the Falcons are not who I thought they were. I'll tell you that right now. You know, remember that Bears saying when the Bears beat the Cardinals and flipped out? They are who we thought they were. Yeah, no. The Falcons are actually a legit team right now. I think they have a very good run game. They have a phenomenal defense. Ritter at the helm. I mean, he's been really showing out this year. He's picked his gameplay up these past few games, to say the least. I really like the Falcons right now. The Titans, Derrick Henry, he can't run anymore. He's too big. He's got no wheels. I haven't seen this guy really stretch much of anything, and he kind of stack loads that entire team. You guys have any NHL game? Raphael, do you want to jump in on that Falcons-Titans game? Because I can't give too much action on that. I do potentially have a play on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. I do a lot of stuff for the state of Louisiana, and I do a lot of TV and radio. And I told them right when the football season started, the Atlanta Falcons were going to win a division. Big road win against Tampa, which also has a really good young defensive team. Tampa was a tough loss for Tampa Bay this week, but I really like this Atlanta team, and again, I'm leaning towards this play right here as well. But it's
You're leaning.
It's early. I could say I like Atlanta in this game because tomorrow and Thursday, anything can happen in the NFL. Someone gets hurt, numbers move, stuff like that. I know the Titans are coming off a bye week, but last time I checked, Tannehill is still Tannehill, and they still have two quarterbacks that are love to be in his position. And I'm not sold on their running game, so it's going to be very interesting on this one.
I've never been sold on Tannehill. I've never thought that he was a standout quarterback. I've really never been impressed by him. I liked, I can't say I liked, but I think Willis looks better in the pocket, to be honest with you.
I think if they do make a quarterback change, you figure it's got to be Levis.
I mean,
why would you put Willis and you had him last year? You could have shown him out last year. I think you like see what you have in Levis.
Kind of like what the Bears are doing right now with Tyson Baguette. I always say his name wrong. And that's the other thing. I get the questions asked from everybody, my buddies, DMs, you name everything about sports. And just because we are sports handicappers doesn't mean we know every single player in every single league and every single thing. There are so many things that we have to keep track of as sports handicappers. It gets all over the place. So there's things that we don't even pay attention to at times. But anyways.
And Josh, you were wrong. Vegas call must be too much money on the 49ers. But if you saw the line movement, this game closed at 6.5 in some books. Some books were begging for 49er money at 7, at even money 6.5. So actually, looked like some probably wise guy action came in late on Minnesota. So Minnesota money was coming in all day today. So it wasn't too much money on the 49ers. NHL games tomorrow, first of all, next Monday night game is Vegas and Detroit. We have a full slate of NBA games. I think there's 9 NBA games next week and a whole bunch of NHL. So we might be doing a whole bunch of NHL NBA talk next week for the Monday night game.
If anybody has questions on NHL, I've got you covered.
This week should be interesting in the NHL. There's some really interesting matchups, especially tomorrow. The Flyers come to Vegas and play the Golden Knights. Golden Knights red hot, starting off like that. I think that's probably going to be one of the better games tomorrow. So I can't wait to watch that one. You
said Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas and Philly tomorrow.
That's my team. I absolutely love Vegas always. But I will say, I'm looking at. You know who really has surprised me thus far is Columbus. The Blue Jackets are actually showing out right now. They're playing really good hockey.
They got 6 points already or something like that?
Yeah, they're playing very just aggressive, sound hockey. You know, they're in the right spots. I've watched them now. I think I've caught 3 of their 5 games already this season, and they've really looked like a dynamic team. You know who else has really surprised me is the Red Wings. I don't know if you caught any glimpse of them this season.
They were young last year. They closed out the season with some nice wins last year. So
they steamed up towards the end of the season. They were horrible on the road all season last season too. But you know what? They were a really good +1.5. I rolled them a lot on that +1.5, and they covered.
Yeah, so I was gonna say they were probably one of my biggest surprises. I mean, we all kind of knew Boston was going to be up there in Atlantic, but I thought Toronto and Tampa, and even Montreal would be ahead. But Detroit got 10 points already. So I'm actually a little bit shocked on them. Who did they play? I had their game circled maybe tomorrow. Oh, they play Seattle tomorrow.
Red Wings money line tomorrow. Let me see.
It's -140. I can guarantee you it's going to be -145 or higher.
Victor, stay off that. Seattle plays great on the road. I wouldn't touch that game personally.
And that number is going to be totally changed tomorrow. I would not be shocked that's closer to -150.
Yeah, no. If anything, if I was to touch that game, I'd go Kraken +1.5. But that's not. I've already kind of got my eyes set on who I like. I would not touch that game. Raphael, I'll be right back. I got to use the bathroom.
Yep. Kraken. Well, he said he likes Kraken is plus. I think it's +$2 tomorrow on that one. So that should be kind of interesting for that one. But Spencer, thanks for coming in and all that. Again, Spencer, I don't know if you heard it. We will be here every Monday Night Football, unless one of us can't. But we'll try to be here, everyone. Victor wants to talk about the Predators money line. I could see that. That was one of the games I looked at. Just came back from Nashville where they got booty smacked by Edmonton. So that was an ugly game. So now they bounce back on that one because let's face it, I think it was 6-1. I think it was the final score on that one. So they need to bounce back against Vancouver. So that should be an interesting matchup on that one. So hopefully they can bounce back on that one. This one will probably close around 115, 110. Victor, I don't see that much line movement, just the way Nashville played in their last home game. Maybe some people would probably think the same thing, that they want to bounce back on that one. So it should be very interesting. Well, they're 3-3 this year. I think they're 2-1 at home. So it should be very interesting on that one. So I can see why you're looking at one. That's one of the games I have circled. I have 3 games circled, I think, right now. It's one of the ones I have. I'm not fully done handicapping NHL. I'll probably finish sometime tonight. But I can see that's definitely one. But that's a great call, Victor. Hopefully, they can both cash some tickets tomorrow. So it looks like San Francisco's trying to move the ball. We got 7 minutes left, and the Vikings up 10-0. Hurricanes versus the Lightning. No opinion on that one. Tampa Bay is one of those streaky teams that if they're hot, you ride them. If you're not, you fade them. And I'm going to sit back and I'm a little shocked that Carolina came out road favorite -125. I think a book had -130. No, pretty much now -125 all across the board. A little bit shocked on that one. I thought maybe it'd be pretty much a pick 'em on that one, but no opinion on that one. Even a total, I have no opinion. Maybe the over. We should see a lot of goals scored on that one, but I didn't want to lay the juice at -120 as of right now in hockey. One thing about hockey, you don't have to really worry about a huge line movement because let's face it, the significant amount of action in hockey is not as equal as the significant amount of action in basketball, football, and all that stuff. So it should be interesting. KC, no good value on the 49ers so far. Best I see was +2. Yeah, I see no good value.
I'm coming.
He's coming. But yeah, I don't see a good value. I mean, I would maybe what's the total is now 42.5. I would if I wasn't doing the show right now, I would probably continue to pound the under at there's 42.5 right now. I mean, it's 10-0. I mean, if you go in at halftime, it's 10-0. That the total is probably going to be in the high 30s. So even if that was the case, you could probably hedge it on the total. So
we got IC in the house.
Is he?
It's IC. Turn the cam on.
I just saw the box. I don't see. Is that him?
I know. I don't know.
Or is that Michelle's dog?
All right, I'll tell you what. San Fran's moving the ball now. Brock Purdy, dirty. This is where he lights up. We put one in the end zone right now. We're probably not going to win that first half, -3.5, which is cool. We're going to hit Purdy. What was my other play, man? Oh, the under. We're looking good right now. And money line. Looking for a 3-in-1 day right now. 3-in-1 day on the show. There goes McCaffrey. Looks healthy. I didn't like that. Stay away from that game. Anybody else? Flames money line. I'll tell you what, Victor. The Flames have really been an upset this far. They really are not playing that dynamic hockey that I was used to watching them play last season. Rangers right now.
Yeah, there's a pretty.
How you doing, brother? But anyways, Rangers right now, they're not really playing that great, but they're kind of 3-2. They will. I mean, howdy, hold up. There he is. How's it? There he is.
He's probably changing diapers. That's why he's and
Arun,
watching
what's going
games.
on, man? Can you jump on for a minute and say hello to the people, please, for us? Everybody wants to see you.
And no baby. Don't bring no baby pictures into it.
But Igor in the net, Rangers, I will say they lock it down a lot better at home. But Calgary hasn't done anything this year. They've really been a disappointment. And they've been losing to bad teams. Who asked that? Flames, Victor. Victor, I'll find you a winner for tomorrow. Oh, there's no promises, and you know that. You know that.
I mean, I can understand why he's looking at Calgary at home plus money.
Right. It's a yeah.
You figure the Rangers are not going to continue to play. I mean, which is the goalie, the probable goal, Shishkin for the Rangers. I mean, he's giving up over 3 goals a game, so it's not like he's playing lights out. So I can understand why that one. Victor says he likes the Predators. I told him I kind of do because that bounce back when they got crushed last week by Edmonton.
Yeah, they did.
I think Edmonton just scored on them right now. That's how bad it was.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. The Canucks have really surprised me so far this season as well. And I will tell you this. The Canucks all season last year, they were not a subpar team. And towards that end of the season, they started really steaming up and playing good hockey. And they've kind of brought that into this season already. They're 3-2 right now. They've already capitalized. I've been watching them. Let me pull up their schedule right now. But I will tell you right now, Victor, if you want to play a free play for tomorrow on hockey, go with the Maple Leafs money line -165. And again, we hate parlays. We don't love them. But if you want to throw a 2-teamer together with a team that you like, you go with the Leafs. The Capitals suck. They're not the same Capitals team that we've been watching for the past 3 years, I would say.
I agree on that.
Without Ovechkin, it's kind of. But the Canucks, on the other hand, I'm pulling up their schedule right now. They lost 3-2 to the Bruins, and we already know the Bruins are best team in hockey.
I don't know about I would still say Golden Knights are right now the best team in hockey.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to argue that. We could definitely put that in a pool together.
Oh yeah, but you're 100% correct on that.
But yeah, I like the Maple Leafs as another top team. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the Oilers kind of crack off a little bit. They're having a brutal start, man.
Yes.
And they are the funnest team to watch play hockey when they're moving McDavid. They are so fast. I love watching, especially on a power play. But you know what? They got the Wild coming up tomorrow, and the Wild are a defensive load.
I mean, I was a little bit shocked. I mean, I know they're playing Edmonton and Edmonton shoots, but the Wild have been scoring a lot. I mean, they're normally not that big of a high scoring team, but their last game was 5-4. They lost to Columbus, I want to say, in overtime.
Was it?
Yeah, but they gave up 7 goals to the Kings.
It was the Blue Jackets, 5-4.
Oh, okay. But I know they
7-3 to the Kings.
Yeah,
and they were averaging, I want to say it was like 2.38 goals per game against.
Yes.
It was something ridiculous last season. Their defense was, I want to say, like 3rd in the NHL. I mean, But the Bruins held every single first place
so
ranking. They
I would be
everything.
very cautious on that one, Victor. Oilers and Wild, because the Wild, I think they've given, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to check right now. I think they've given up 7 goals twice already. I know it's the Kings. Yeah.
Victor, I'll be real with you, brother. My bad, Raphael. Go ahead.
Oh, no, there was 5 again. Minnesota put up Toronto put up 7 on them. Yeah, I was right. 2 people put up 7 goals on them this year.
Yeah, and that blows my mind because their defense last season was incredible. I loved them. They were my money line team last year. Not puck line, money line. But
really quick, Riff. 49ers live betting right now. Vikings now favorite, -2.5. Total's now 38.5.
Oh, we're about to kick a field goal right now. Yo.
Yep.
And I hate saying it, guys, especially trailing in a game 7 or 10-0. This is the 49ers, all right? Let me hold on. I'm not going to get algorithm. I'm not going to get statistical with you guys. I'm just going to tell you the facts of what it is. The 49ers are a much better team than the Vikings. We are still in the first half.
The facts of life.
The facts of life are here, Rob. They're here, man. Listen, field goal right here. You're down by a touchdown. You're going into half. You're getting the ball to start the second half. This is not a gambled bet. This is a bet with intuition and intelligence. Do you guys think the Vikings are really going to beat the Niners without Jefferson? It's possible, just like anything in sports.
Kevin Garnett said it. Anything is possible.
I love it, man. I love it. Sing it. Thank you, James. I appreciate it, dog. If you're yeah.
I know. I have to agree with James. I love the hats.
Thank you, bro. Are you giving me a compliment, Raphael?
Yes, that's one of the things. One of the things I like.
Holy shit! I'll cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Yeah, I love the hat.
Well, so Victor, going to over-unders, I'm not, when it comes to hockey, I'm not a huge over-under guy. And if you do see me put one out, because I got a huge algorithm play on it.
See, I'm opposite. I'm a big total fan in all sports. So not just hockey. I ride hot goalies. That's probably one of the big. If I see a hot goalie,
sure.
If I see a hot goalie, that's what I'm looking at right away. If some goalie's red hot, I could care less if it's plus money, -$2 favor, stuff like that. That hot goalie, I'm playing a hot goalie. So
you like Igor last year?
Yes. Oh,
dude, that was my guy last year. You kidding me? New York at home.
Yep.
Can't stop them. They're not scoring. Defense was electric.
I'm a big hockey total and stuff like that. Who's your hot goal? Well, it's kind of too early, Victor, right now for hot goalies and stuff like that. I have goalies circled that I'm tracking right now because we're very, very young into the season. Golden Knights goalie has been lights out. The first 6 games, 4 of them have gone under the total. I think all their home games have gone under the total. They only give up 2 goals to the Stars, 1 goal to the Ducks, and Seattle. So I would have to see that. But I would say right now, I would have to say Vegas has one of the hotter goalies, especially at home.
Maroon, there he is.
What's up, Maroon?
How we doing, brother?
I'm eating the most Indian thing possible. I'm eating biryani.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
How's the night bet, brother? How are the games looking?
It's good. I'm on the under in the free play.
There you go. We got it too.
I'm on the under on the 49ers 26.5 team total.
I'm on 43.5 full total.
Nice. Yeah, Michelle sent me the link. I didn't know. I wonder how I was lucky to get the link on Michelle.
How's it, Victor? We've been missing you, man. We've been calling you in for an hour, Arun.
I know, man. My kid was sleeping.
See, I told you. I told you. It was his kid.
You were dead on.
I hit that free play too.
Yeah. My kid was sleeping next to me, and of course, I have it on like I don't have it on silent, and of course Griffin's like, "Get on!" and he starts wiggling. I'm like, "No, I'm like, don't listen to Griffin. Go back."
We were dying for you, man. The whole chat, everyone. We had how's it going? Everyone's like, "Where's the rune at?" So we're glad you didn't leave anybody hanging here.
What did y'all lean on the side? I leaned on the Vikings. I leaned on the Niners all week, and then I changed it to the Vikings prior to game time.
Did you take the Vikings with the 6.5 or 7?
No, I just took the under. I was afraid of the side.
That's what we have.
I didn't play anything on the side itself because I knew McCaffrey was playing, but how healthy was he playing? Dabo was out, and then Kirk Cousins on prime time. So I'm like, I'm not messing around with the side.
2-10. Yeah, no. I got the under in this game. I live bet the Niners money line, and then I have Brock Purdy to throw over 1.5 touchdowns.
I mean, the live bet on the Niners is a good play. I mean, he's 11 for 13 for 122 yards. He's not playing bad. You know,
That's
the only bad thing about this Niners team is they rely so much on McCaffrey. I mean, in a weird way, he's like their quarterback. he might be more important than their quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, his rib injury does not look like a rib injury today. Touchdown Niners. Just like that. I hope you guys money line that shit. We're rolling. Any live? I see they want to know your live bets.
Well, there's no number right now.
I think Niners money line is pretty smart. I think that taking the over in the second half might be safer because I think the Vikings will probably open it up a little bit. So I mean, if you had the total at 44 and the game's at 17, you know what I mean? You'd have to regress. You know, you'd have to come back to the mean, which is probably higher scoring. But if you're sitting on the under, I would just sit on the under. I wouldn't do anything.
So right now, live betting's 49ers 3.5, and the total's 41.5.
41.5. I wouldn't touch it. I'd stay off of the under.
And you can tell that the odds makers know that people are going to bet the money line because it's minus 195. Some books have minus $2.
Nice little parlay, little throw in there.
They already know Joe Public is looking at their same screen and they're like, "Oh, no, I'm just going to bet money line." So because this 3.5, the money line should be minus 165, maybe minus 170, but they already know that Joe Public's going to be money line.
But I told you the Diamondbacks are going to do well today. I leaned on the Diamondbacks today.
Oh, dude. Oof.
I leaned on them plus 1.5, and then I had the over in Texas Houston in baseball right now.
I got Texas right now. I took a money line.
Ooh,
I said Scherzer's going to step up.
It makes sense. I mean, in a game 7, they're only a small dog. It just screams to say, "Take me."
He's a 39-year-old vet. This is why he's here. This is what he does.
I don't bet anyone that has I don't bet anyone that has 2 color eyes.
Are you? Hell, where does that come from?
That's Max Scherzer. He's got 2 color eyes.
It's like a source of intelligence, I bet. You know, they say the thing that's like, if you have blue eyes, that you ever hear that?
No.
It's probably because you have brown eyes, right?
Me and Indian Cowboy both will never have blue eyes. If our kids come out with blue eyes, I want DNA testing.
I'm on the under in the Montreal Buffalo game too. It's my other.
I got Montreal plus 1.5.
How about college football on so many Tuesdays, huh? It's so crazy.
Dude, I'll tell you what, bro. I love college football on Tuesday and Wednesday. I literally do. I think that's when it's the most profitable. There's so many games. I'm looking at the slate right now. We have Liberty in Western Kentucky and New Mexico State and Louisiana Tech, and that's tomorrow. I already see. Oh.
Victor. Yeah, but I can guarantee you these college football games won't take as much action. You think you're going to get a really good line movement or you're going to wait for line movement, but you're not going to, especially now with the NBA starting. NBA would dominate the slate of these two, like Wednesday. The NBA would dominate Jacksonville State versus Florida International and UTEP versus Sam Houston State. So
do you mean financially? When it comes to wagers,
when you're looking for value, like if you're looking for Sam Houston State and the number's 3.5, some books have 3, and you're going to maybe try to see if it comes down to 3 or even lower. You're not going to get that extra action because now bettors are thinking, oh, why would I want to bet UTEP Sam Houston State when I can bet 14 NBA games and 10 NHL games where you have more value? They're not going to take as much action as they would if they're on Saturday.
I'm going to say something controversial. To me, I will never repeat this on an actual live video or regular video, but I feel like NHL is like fat women at a bar. They need loving too from time to time. But the NBA and NFL, those are the hot chicks, dude.
Absolutely.
When you have nothing else to do, and an NHL game is there, then it's like
you capitalize.
It's a heavier set girl at the bar. But when you have NFL games and when you have NBA,
but college basketball has more action some days than the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah, I get that. I mean, a Duke UNC game or a really nice college basketball game, yeah. I mean, versus like the Magic versus the Hornets,
But that's why I tell people there's more value in college basketball on a college football Saturday.
Oh yeah,
you can't beat college football Saturday
because the odds makers are not looking at a Sun Belt college basketball game when you have Notre Dame playing USC or Alabama playing LSU in college football. They're gonna forget about those college basketball, those Sun Belt versus a weak team. So they're not looking at them. So you can get some good value on college basketball because they may have got hit by a $5,000 bet and forgot to move the number because someone took $15,000 bet on a football game.
Hey, how many people are on live right now? You guys can see it. I can't.
It says 22, but if you go on YouTube, it's like 100. So I don't really know.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know. My YouTube thing said like 100 and something, but on this actual little eye, it says 20. So 120. Yeah.
Moderator, how many people we have on our live?
How
many people are live right now? There's 80 right now.
How do I catch this live on YouTube? I mean, I see the link here on our back end, but how do I catch it live?
You go to Doc's YouTube channel, you subscribe to the button, and
smash that subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe
notifications, baby.
Man, that just tells us that Griffin, that IC doesn't watch our videos, Griff. If he doesn't know how to.
Oh wait! I figured it out.
Man, Indian. That just tells us that Griffin, that IC doesn't watch our videos, Griff. If he doesn't know how to.
Oh, there's a slight delay.
Wait, I figured it out. There's like a 5-second delay. I love it. That's hilarious. Yeah, thanks, Arun. Oh, Arun's gone.
Yeah. Breaking news: Arun doesn't watch Doc Sports video.
No, I guess not, because everybody knows me. I gotta smash that subscribe button. Thank you, Mod.
Moderator, thank you. We got 16 seconds left for this game.
16.
So that's hilarious.
Pick.
Oh, there goes my total. Oh, geez, now I'm gonna have to hedge my total.
Oh my! Well, that's a tough one. All right, so we're going to need Brock Purdy to throw for 2 touchdowns next half.
Yeah.
And
that's a totally different game because now the Vikings won't have to. They got a nice, I hate to say cushion lead, but they're going to play very conservative, try to get San Francisco not the ball. Yeah.
And
that's a totally different game because now the Vikings won't have to. They got a nice, I hate to say cushion lead, but they're going to play very conservative.
Casey next. Let me see.
You're 100% right about that. They're gonna sit on this lead. This team is built.
That's a totally different game because now the Vikings.
Oh, sorry. Let me take that off. Yeah. So this team is built to score a little bit, and then they'll just sit on it, which is terrible.
So we'll give out our halftime plays. If you have any halftime plays before we jet off, and I'll close. So let's wait for the halftime. Right now, the numbers: Vikings -2.5. Totals 45.5 right now. As Indian Cowboy continues to eat, and I'm starving. But we'll
I hear you.
I know. Can you have any more leftover rice?
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I would not fade the 49ers in this game. I absolutely would not. If they're getting 2.5 points out of -125, +120 on the money line, they're down 2 scores. They got a whole half to do it. This is one of the best offenses all of football. I don't like the way that they opened up, especially considering the fact, well, Purdy's 11 for 13 for 122 yards. Guys, I'm going Niners again.
I'm
Anybody else
passing.
play?
I'm passing. I would still think there's value on the under still, just because I think the Vikings are going to sit back and try to control the tempo. They're going to try to keep San Francisco's offense watching tablets and watching Frozen 2 like Indian Cowboy has to do with his kids. So I think that's what they're probably going to do. So getting the total 45.5 when you had 46 earlier, there's really no big difference on that. I'm going to go on that one if I had to play it, but if not, I would probably pass at this halftime.
I'm going to pass on this, but I'm going to take the I sort of like the Lakers a little bit tomorrow.
Oh, you missed my rant earlier.
I sort of like the Suns tomorrow.
You never play ceremonial games.
Yeah, I always like to fade the champ on the night.
I agree. I agree on that.
It is Monday Night Football. That is something to keep in mind.
On the opening, I think if you faded the champ in the NBA, the first night, and the NFL, the Super Bowl winner, I think you'd hit like 65% of the time last 10 years.
What was that?
If you faded the Super Bowl champ, or if you faded the NBA champ, the first game of every season, you would hit like 60% of the time last 10 years.
Really?
I'll have to look that up.
That's a new stat for me. I've heard that one.
Remember the Chiefs didn't cover opening night?
Nope,
right?
The Chiefs didn't cover.
And
guys, everybody, my play is Niners outright. They're going to win this game outright. That is my play before we sign off. Just so you guys know, money line, not any points. They're going to win straight up.
Well, Griff, we need to thank IC for jumping on board. He's a trooper with his kids right there. I want to say thank you, IC, for jumping on board.
IC, we appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. We'll be here every Monday Night Football. Maybe IC can come back. Maybe he'll bring his kids and see what his kids like for free plays and stuff like that. But you know how I end all my videos, Griff. I want to say thanks for you. You killed it again today. It was a fun show. We had a lot more viewers than our last test show, so I thought it was fun. But in honor of me, Griff, and our moderator, thanks, moderator. Please don't bet what you don't have.
Absolutely. 49ers money line, Victor. Let's get it. We will talk to you guys next week.
Take it easy, guys. Enjoy the evening. Enjoy the week.
Bye, fellas.
Everybody be good. Best luck this week.